So you did it. You booked the cruise. The countdown has officially begun. But wait, before you start dreaming about those cocktails and sunsets, we've got to tackle the one thing that stands in our way. Packing. And I get it. It can feel like a total chore, right? But here's an idea. What if we reframe this? What if packing is actually the first exciting step of your vacation? Seriously, getting this part right is the secret to a totally smooth, stress-free trip. All right, let's just jump right in. Our mission, should you choose to accept it, is to get you from your house to that incredible ship with exactly what you need, and just as importantly, nothing you don't. We're going to break this whole thing down, step by step, into a super simple guide. By the end of this, you'll be packing like an absolute pro.
Okay, first things first. We're talking about the non-negotiables, the absolute 100% must-haves. These are the things that if you forget them, well, you're literally not getting on that ship. So let's think of this section as building your foundation for a perfect boarding.
And really, just picture yourself arriving at the port. This is pretty much the order you'll need everything. First up, you'll show your passport or ID to prove you are who you say you are. Easy enough. Next, you'll hand over your boarding pass and slap those luggage tags on your bags so they make it to your room. You're definitely going to want your credit cards and some cash handy for any little things right away. And then have all those other documents, like your insurance, any necessary visas, all in one easy-to-grab spot. Seriously, double-checking this little pile of paper before you walk out the door, that's your ticket to a completely chill start to your vacation.
All right, documents, check. Now let's talk about what you're going to wear. The name of the game for cruise packing is versatility. I mean, think about it. You're packing for super chill days at sea, adventurous days in port, and fun evenings, all in the same suitcase.
So most cruise lines keep it pretty simple with two basic dress codes. During the day, it's all about being casual and comfy. T-shirts, shorts, your swimsuit, and a cover-up, that's basically your uniform. But then, in the evening, they usually ask you to step it up just a little, especially if you're eating in the main dining rooms. We're not talking tuxedos or ball gowns here, okay? Just think a nice sundress, a polo shirt, a nice top. Oh, and closed-toe shoes for the guys is usually a safe bet. Now, let me give you a few pro tips that honestly make a world of difference. First, the two-swimsuit rule. This is a game changer, trust me. There's nothing worse than putting on a cold, damp swimsuit. Ugh. Also, if you even think you might hit the amazing gym on the ship, throw in some workout clothes. And of course, where you're going matters. Cruising to Alaska, you've got to think in layers, jackets, gloves, the whole deal. Heading to the sunny Caribbean, it's all about light, breathable fabrics and a good sun hat.
Okay, now we get to the really fun stuff. This is the insider's kit. Beyond the clothes and the paperwork, there's this whole category of gear that veteran cruisers absolutely swear by. We're talking about the little things that solve those common cruise problems and honestly make you feel like a total travel genius.
So, here's the big question, right? Cruise cabins are, let's call them cozy. They're compact. So how in the world do you maximize that space and stay comfortable without feeling like the walls are closing in? Well, the answer is in a few surprisingly simple, clever little items.
Okay, here it is. Your first big aha moment. Did you know that the walls in a cruise ship cabin are made of metal? Most people have no idea. And that means that heavy-duty magnetic hooks are your absolute secret weapon. You can stick them anywhere and instantly create hanging space for hats, bags, jackets, whatever. It gets all that stuff up off the floor and totally out of your way. Pro tip number 2, the humble over-the-door shoe organizer. But forget about shoes. Think of this as your new bathroom command center. It is perfect for all your toiletries, sunscreen, hair stuff, all those little odds and ends that would otherwise completely take over that tiny bathroom counter. It keeps everything visible and clutter-free. Okay, this next one might sound kinda small, but I promise you it's brilliant. Picture this. You're chilling on a lounge chair, got a drink in your hand, a nice sea breeze comes along, and whoosh! Your towel goes flying down the deck. We've all been there. Towel clips. They're these simple, cheap little things that clamp your towel right to your chair. Problem solved. No more chasing your towel in the wind.
All right, a few more quick hit essentials for your savvy kit. A lanyard for your cruise card. You'll use that card for everything, so you don't want to lose it. A refillable water bottle is a must for staying hydrated around the ship. A portable power bank is a lifesaver for keeping your phone charged on those long port days. And this one's important. Always pack a light jacket or a shawl. The AC in the theaters and restaurants can get seriously cold.
Okay, let's talk about the one thing some people worry about, motion sickness. Now, modern ships are incredible. They have these giant stabilizers, so most of the time you barely feel a thing. But it is always smart to be prepared. You've basically got three mini options. There's medication, like Dramamine. There are acupressure wristbands called C-bands, or you can go the natural route with things like ginger capsules. It's just a good idea to have something in your bag, just in case.
All right, let's switch gears and talk port day strategy. When you get off the ship for an excursion, the last thing you want is to be dragging a giant, heavy bag around all day. The key is a small, lightweight go bag that's packed and ready with just the essentials for your adventure ashore.
So what goes in this magical go bag? Well, number one, comfortable walking shoes. That's a non-negotiable. If you're going anywhere near water, a waterproof phone pouch is an absolute lifesaver. Of course, you'll need sunscreen, and try to make it reef safe if you're going swimming. It's also smart to have some cash and small bills for tips or local markets. And here's a big one. Always have copies of your important documents, like your passport, just in case.
Okay, we've spent all this time talking about what you should pack, but what about the stuff you should absolutely leave at home? This is just as important, because trying to bring a prohibited item on board can cause a huge delay and a lot of hassle at check-in. So let's quickly go over the official do not pack list.
So, the number one priority on any ship is fire safety. That's why anything with a heating element, we're talking clothes irons, steamers, even candles or incense, is a big no-no. Other stuff is pretty obvious, right? No weapons, no bringing on cases of your own booze. Drones are a bit of a gray area. You'll have to check your specific cruise line's policy on that. But see that last one on the list? That is the one that gets people all the time.
Okay, let's clear this up once and for all, because it confuses everybody. You know you're going to need more outlets in your cabin, but you absolutely cannot bring a regular power strip from home, the kind with a surge protector. On a ship's electrical grid, those are actually a fire hazard. What you can bring is a special non-surge protected power strip. They're often sold as cruise safe. It's such a small difference, but it's the difference between your power strip making it to your cabin or getting confiscated at security.
And that's it. Just like that, you are officially packed and ready to sail. You've got your documents in order, the perfect mix and match wardrobe, and all the secret savvy gear that's going to make your trip so much smoother. You are prepared. You are a packing pro. So now, there's really only one question left to ask yourself. Where are you going to go next?